Is there anybody out there? Can you hear me?
I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock my time. All right.
Uh, don't worry.
So,
This was intended on being a short stream anyway, but thanks to all the shit show going on. Wait a minute. Wait, there's Wellbore. Hey. All right, so we're back. We're just going to pretend like this never happened. This never happened. It's just right now. You will not remember a thing tomorrow. All right, so yeah, don't fuck with the music, man. You can't play those 40-year-old songs without paying somebody. Yep, somebody's got to get paid.
facts. These are true stories.
All right, Space Case, what's up?
Sonopa Publishing is in the house.
Sam, what's happening?
How much time do we have left?
What's
time
up?
is running out on the Kickstarter and we need a push here, guys, to get it. I want my number 2 issue in all of the covers. So get over there, plug in, and help with the final push to get to the goal.
Tibby and her time traveling mushrooms number 2.
Oh, I feel like they were closer than that. I thought they were at 6,000. Why is it only showing 4,000 now? Well, they were a lot closer, I thought.
Hey, it's Critical Entertainment. What's happening? Hey, long time. Tell me about it, man. I know how it is. Good to see you, though. Hey, there's the lady that tipped me off to the stream. We got bottled. Time is running out.
Oh, bad bot punches. That sucks. Dang, I'm sorry, Sam. Dang, that sucks. Why would people do that? I hate that.
You got booted?
Botted.
Botted. Oh.
Botted.
Oh, on Kickstarter with those. God damn.
Yeah. He talked about it before. Yeah, I wanted all of the cards. I got all the covers package. I wanted them.
Who does that kind of shit? I mean, what's
okay?
What end do you
don't get it? I'll be ready to rock and roll later this year if it happens again, man, for sure.
If Phil doesn't know what that means, what it means that he got a bunch of false pledges and it just botched up his whole campaign.
What they do is they come in and they occupy your top pledge slots so that other people can't take them. Real buyers can't buy them, and they just harass your campaign and things. It doesn't make any sense, really, but there's a lot of things in this world that don't make sense.
There are a lot of sick people, unfortunately, that are in this world and don't make sense. All right, so let's pick up where we left off. There's nothing to talk about, so let's just pretend that we talked about stuff that whole time that the copyright police were cutting my shit off, and go right to whatever I picked up this week. It ain't much. You got nothing. You got no news, right? I mean, nothing has happened.
Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing for me.
Yeah,
picking up my books on Friday, so I got nothing.
Yeah. Save you. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Heck yeah. That's a great Critical Entertainment's a great indie comic creator, but you see them supporting a lot of other indie creators as well. So definitely plug into both Critical Entertainment and Sonopa Publishing, both friends of the show.
Yes. I think Critical took a different route than Kickstarter. I mean, as opposed to that's a route that a lot of people take. They did another funding mechanism, so they weren't, I don't think, affected by shit like that. But that's a shame that this kind of stuff is happening right now. You know, it's a damn shame that people put all that work in, and then these people, to what end? What is that going to do? How do you profit from that? What comes out of that? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Like I said, there's a lot I don't understand.
The things that you don't have to pay right away, so they're free to just take up all those free spots. It costs them nothing, but then your funding is for shit after that. So you just
and other people can't take those slots too.
Yeah, that's the
if
thing.
It's a limited tier.
Yeah, I mean, it should be some kind of mechanism in place for that, because a lot of people are having that happen to them. Apparently, that sucks. All right, all right. Look what time it's getting to be. It's 6:26 already. Well, I'm just gonna. This Marcus is probably need to go to the bathroom pretty soon, so I'm just gonna make sure that not a whole lot, not a whole hell of a lot this week. It's another very, very slow week, um, which I think next week is going to be probably pretty much the same. Pretty close. Got this Ship Zdarsky number 10, the Z News. Can't believe it's been 10 already. It's been 10 months since you got the first
I
one.
don't have all of them, sadly. I'd like to have all of them. I did ask for that to be put in my pool box, so hopefully it's in there.
Yeah, you should. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't have those, man. I mean, those are free. Come on, you call yourself a comic book shop, you don't have Z News? Dick Tracy number 9, a book I was thinking about dropping anyway, but luckily it came through. Yay. I mean, it's a good book last I read it, but I haven't read it in a long time. That's why I was thinking about dropping it.
I heard a lot about it when it first dropped, but I haven't heard much since then.
Not much at all. I mean, the whole, Dick Tracy, Flash Gordon, all that stuff is good and all, but I guess it just runs its course after a while. There's been many different volumes of it. Absolute Flash number 2. Just wanted to take a chance and see if it's this is probably my least favorite, but it's still good enough to pick up a second issue because Jeff Lemire is doing this. So I have faith in Jeff Lemire. I think good stuff is going to come out of that.
Copyright free stream. I just saw what you called this.
I was just pulling something out of my ass to put it there. This is, like I said, it's a flashback to the old Ecamm days. Shout out to folks who remember those
we used
days.
to have to start a new stream all the time.
All the time. Only because I was trying to. Because Ecamm, I was trying to keep it on my computer. Well, that's the only way you can use it is on your computer, unlike StreamYard, which is like based on the web on the servers. Hive number 3. I have not read number 2 yet, but I just feel like it's worth picking up number 3. I got to catch up with number 2 and see if it's worth it. Another one that I got to figure out if I'm going to continue to read it. And one that almost made the penultimate book last week is Buried Long Ago. The story of Belle Guinness, the mass murdering Airbnb hostess, which is the hostess with the leastest, if you ever want to stay at her place. This is going to be a well attended stream right here. Wow, this is going to be great. All right, so
we got the true warriors here.
Thank you
for everybody that fought through it with us.
Oh man, oh man. All right, so I'm just gonna do what's good then. That shouldn't take long. All right. You shouldn't play that old submarine. Yeah, I know. You're way past that though. The submarine has already sank and been blown up. So it's more than just a side to side thing. All right, so what's good is coming right up. If I can figure out how to do this. Oh yeah, I meant to do this before all this shit hit the fan. This is the thing I'm just gonna do just for the hell of it because there's not much to talk about. What's your favorite cult film of all time? Discuss. All right, so
cult film. Let me Google this. What is a cult film?
It's like cheesy film of not that popular, strong following, but not a big blockbuster or something like that.
Grandma's Boy. Is that
Half
a cult
Baked.
film?
Okay. Have I seen? Yeah, I've seen that. Those with Dave Chappelle. Okay, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Jim Brewer and
Jim Brewer in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so something like that. Donnie Darko. That's one I haven't seen. I've heard of it. I've not seen it. Yeah, Donnie Darko qualifies because I'm probably not the only one that hasn't watched it, but it's definitely something that that's been out for a while and has a strong following. All right, that's just 2 right there. You go. That's off the top of my head. Mine, of course, is probably Repo Man. So that goes without saying. Well, Blood and Bone. That sounds intense. All right. All right. So this is something we can keep doing during the whole stream if you feel so inclined, but I'm just going to start at what's good. So as not to get stagnated if it's not too late for that already. All right. The first thing from what's good. Oh, almost forgot. I always give you shit about it, but now I haven't done the propers. All right. So now it's time for what's good. All right, there we go. All right, all right. We're talking cult films. Michael Jai White. What was he? He was in Spawn for one thing, and not to mention some some other flicks too. Don't Be a
I
Menace.
liked that Spawn movie too.
I liked it a lot. It's considering it was made years ago before the big budget movies were available, and they would have made the super, the really super special effects what we know now. Princess Bride, like that. Princess Bride, was it really a cult film? It was like I think a lot of people. Yeah, I guess it is kind of. Some big stars were in it. So I guess so. Buckaroo Banzai. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right, rollerball. There we go. Here's one. Rollerball. That's back in the day. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is for folks who are watching the What's Good segment after I clip it out, don't know what the hell we talked about. From a couple of weeks ago, this was a penultimate book called Pastime by Joe Harris and Russell Olson. This is about a baseball player vampire. Yes, who are the best things possible. This is the B
Yes,
cover here.
please.
This is from Mad Cave Studios. He put out a whole bunch of good stuff. This begins
Great
in
movie.
yes. This begins in 1988 at Wrigley Field, of all places. So it couldn't be more of a favorite book of mine. You know what I'm saying? It just comes all out. The first night game at Wrigley Field. There's this reporter that's showing about a bar in Wrigleyville, and the first night game is about to get rained out. That's the only reason that there's like a seat in a bar in Wrigleyville. There's all kind of fire codes being violated. Trust me. So there's like never a seat in any bars around Wrigleyville during game time. But during rainouts, there might be. So I'll allow it this time. And he's being this old black gentleman who was like, he lost his eyesight way back in the day. He's got to be, this is 1988, so he's got to be like maybe like in his 70s or something like that. And he played during the barnstorming era. You should say he played the Negro Leagues, and in the barnstorming era when people would just play teams against teams, and they're just like kind of like exhibition games. This is where the black players would play against the white players, and it'd be no color line with those people. So he was like a groundskeeper since he had lost his eyesight. And he's speaking with this reporter in the bar, and he wants to talk to him about the greatest baseball player that no one's ever heard of. And of course, that baseball player was an unknown fellow who may have been a murderer. I mean, he was a vampire for sure, so he probably is a murderer. But this is how the older black gentleman ran into him. He was the groundskeeping during the first nighttime baseball game back in 1923. Oh, this is like I think when they first were experimenting with lights in the minor leagues, and the black guy saw him like out in the bushes, and he was looking for one of the balls because he had to retrieve all the balls. It's a damn shame when you're losing your sight. You got to retrieve the balls at nighttime. That's a tough job. So he runs into this guy and he lets him go. Like, okay, well, don't, I'm not pretend I didn't see you. Literally didn't see you, but he still has some of his eyesight. And so he was blind enough not to be able to play baseball, but he still had some sight. To explain that more thoroughly. So he lets this, he pretends he doesn't see this guy. And a couple of nights later, when the black guy is in this bar, leaving this bar drunk, drinking and drowning his sorrows about how he never got to play to pitch in the majors, even the Negro Leagues, because he lost his sight. He's getting beat up in this alley by these three guys, and all of a sudden, the guy from the other night appears and just commences kicking all three of those guys' asses and tears them literally apart. So this is the guy. I mean, he has an interest in baseball. The murderer / vampire guy. So apparently there's going to be a point in the story where this guy is just going to like use his vampire abilities in the game of baseball, but he can't do it, in the majors because the majors they don't have lights yet. So they were just experimenting with this thing back in the barnstorming days. So it's really a setup issue, as most of these first issues are, and and the very end of the story, I'm not sure if the older black gentleman is also a vampire because the reporter turns around and everybody in the bar is gone. Like the bar just empty. Like, did I imagine all this or what? So you got to wait till the next issue to see what's going to happen with this baseball playing vampire and how it affects the present day because the reporter is like very interested in this player for some reason because he may be still alive. So based on that and my love of the game, I will pick up number 2, A Pastime, whenever it comes out from Mad Cave.
That sounds dope, actually, especially if you're a baseball fan. Sounds
Yeah,
interesting.
for sure. No, I am. All right, we're coming. That would be Mad Cave, Phil. Mad Cave Studios made Pastime. Oh, aggressively. What's up, aggressively? Well, awesome.
Somebody's definitely getting stuck. I would assume so. Yeah.
At some point in time, if that doesn't happen, then we've missed an opportunity here. All right, more. Wellboard's got the Warriors. I want all of the Warriors. The Warriors, and there was another movie, knockoff. I don't know if it was a knockoff so much, but it was kind of like the Warriors called the Wanderers. If anybody remember that, I mean that's like even way more obscure than the Warriors. The Warriors was actually kind of cool. It was very cool actually. All right, the next book. This was what we called an archive edition. This is an archive edition from Boom Studios. They put out a few other archive edition books too. Right now they're focusing on James Tynion. The other one was Memetic, which is really, really good. That was an archive edition. This one is The Woods by James Tynion, the fourth, and Michael Dianalysis. Or Dianalis? Not dialysis. Dianalis. Michael,
Diolinus?
how you say that again?
I'm not sure. I think it's Diolinus, though, but I'm not sure.
Let's go with that. All right.
Okay.
So by those two people who also worked on Wind. So this may be their first collaboration. This was
I think it is. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, many years ago. Not quite sure when, but this is a reprint because I guess probably the real number one is probably a little more pricey, but maybe not. But maybe it's one that
I don't think it's that pricey.
Probably more than cover price though, right? You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like it's out of reach, but it's like this is for those who missed it. It's kind of like a classier, version of a one of those image first kind of a thing, maybe out of better paper and so forth. And this one, it takes place in a high school in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. James T loves the Midwest. He must be from the Midwest or something.
Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
Oh, there you go. There you go. The Deviant was in Wisconsin too. Yeah. So I think the little house.
Something is killing the children also starts in Wisconsin.
Yep. A nice house by the lake. At a lake by a mountain in Wisconsin. Go figure. I'd love to see that mountain in Wisconsin, but that's another story. But anyway, this takes place in a high school in Wisconsin. And it's just another day in high school. The kids are just talking about, oh shit, I missed my last chance to apply for college. My mom's gonna kill me and all kind of shit that means a whole lot to you when you're a kid. Doesn't really a whole lot in life in general. And the principal is catching this kid who's running around streaking. So maybe this was like in the 80s. The streak is not really a thing now. I can imagine streaking being like, something that would get you like, put in prison at this point in this society. So this got to be probably, I would say, a few years ago, not in the present day. And all of a sudden, there's this big disturbance outside, big flash of light, and boom, this whole high school is transported to what looks like another planet somewhere else. Clearly somewhere else, but like, what the hell? I mean, how did we get here? Because you look out the window, and then there's these creatures flying around, and there's like a ringed planet where the moon should be, and it's like 10 times bigger, and several other planets you can see. So like, what the hell? I guess you don't have to worry about college anymore, huh? All right, so now these group of nerds inside the school decide like, you know what? We're trapped on the planet here that who knows how the hell we got here, and we're gonna run out of supplies, gonna run out of food. there's a few hundred people here. God knows what's going to happen. It's going to be chaos. So the bravest among them, like 5 nerds here, the ones you see on the cover, most likely, this is kind of a mismatch crew of kids. They decide that we need to go out and into these woods, which suddenly appeared. There's like these alien type woods, and right in front of the woods, there's this not an edifice, but it's kind of like this slab that came out of nowhere, maybe like you wouldn't call that like an instruction manual or something, or is there's some kind of this thing right here. It's like maybe something that you need to, I don't know, communicate with the beings on this planet with. But whatever it is, these 4 kids? Yeah, these 5 kids decide to go out. We're going into the woods. That's the name, the woods. We're gonna go out there because come on to explore. Because one of them is like this really genius kid, and he knows what's going on. And even though he's on a different planet, you're gonna so everybody just follows him. So this was probably something I would have bought if I had known about this. Probably 20 years ago when it came out, or 15 years ago. I wasn't probably one of the lulls between collecting I was doing, but I didn't know about this book. So it was good to see this book and finally read it, because I'd heard about it. I didn't know much about it. Did you?
I have the trade. I started it, but I didn't finish it. So I do. You reminded me that I need to go back to that one.
Yeah. It looks like an interesting concept, because nobody does like disaster and people's reaction to it better than James T. I think, and it's so, the dialogue is so real and believable, and him doing like this, almost like Freaks and Geeks on on another planet, is very cool. Dark Lopez. And it's Roscoe. I didn't see Roscoe there. What's up, Roscoe?
Oh, homie.
And 90 miles from all that jazz.
Cuba, 90 miles from comics, 90 miles from Cuba.
Exactly. I don't know, Cuba. Good to see you, Roscoe, man. Let's see, I hope you're doing well, sir.
We miss between the lines. I know Lorenzo misses it too.
Yep, we all do, man. We all do. And the last thing from this abbreviated version of on this slow week with the man stepping on my toes here for too much music is Plague House. This is from Oni Press. Plague House #1 came out a couple of weeks ago. Even a Beckerman sighting. What's up, Beckerman? What's happening?
Wow, Beckerman's up late. What's up?
Yeah. So Plague House is written by Michael W. Conrad and illustrated and lettered by Dave Chisholm. All right, Plague House. This is probably my favorite thing I read. I didn't read a lot of stuff this week, and some stuff I read I didn't like that much, so it didn't make the what's good pile. This is about this team of 3 ghost hunters. One of them, they're kind of like the people that do ghost hunters on TV and they debunk stuff like that. One of them is this young woman who is just like a total skeptic. And you need the skeptics in the group because, you got to have somebody to offer that counterpoint and not just be drinking the Kool-Aid fully. So the first one is the skeptical woman, and he actually, the guy who's telling the story, he's narrating, refers to her as Agent Scully, but she's a Gen Xer, so he has no idea who the fuck Agent Scully is. It's just like, what are you talking about? But she's that kind of individual. The second one is this kid who's like from a really strict religious upbringing, and he thinks everything is to do with demons. He's experienced exorcisms and things like that. So from him, everything is coming from a demonic point of view. It's about he carries a cross and everything, but he doesn't have a lot of confidence. Like some of the priests in the exorcist movies, they feel very confident in their power, but he seems to lack a lot of that confidence. And the third one is the guy who really believes in ghosts, and we're telling the story from his point of view. And they go to investigate this house, which was referred to as the Plague House, where a horrible thing has happened, which is most of the time where hauntings occur, where energy is stuck and just it repeats itself over and over again. In this house 13 years ago, this man came home and murdered everyone inside, and murdered his family, his wife, kids, his father, everybody. So this house is fucked. Everybody, they're home. You see that crazy look on his face. Like, everybody at home is gonna get killed when the motherfucker comes looking like that. So it's like,
Damn.
okay, that's just curtains, and people looking at just as a horrible thing. That's why this kind of energy gets stuck in this kind of a space, and no one crosses them over in haunted house. Sometimes they're malevolent spirits. Sometimes they're just people. I mean, spirits that are lost. But anyway, at some point, this is the worst house they've ever experienced, and they flash forward at the end of the book. This is not a spoiler because you know he doesn't tell what happens in between time. There's a point where the Salton Sea 1 year later, he's walking around, he's got a beard, and he's walking through this graffitied house and everything, talking about this is where it all went wrong. Before I got caught, this thing happened. So some shit's gonna really go down with this house in the subsequent issues. Number 2 of this book is going to be on sale May 5th, is it? Yeah, May or sometime in May 2025. So within let's say a few weeks, it'll be on sale. And I will be definitely picking this one up too. I love the narrative of this. I love the concept and the fact that they have this very balanced kind of a ghost hunting team that seems kind of cool. And it has a preview of a book which could be something worth checking out, called Regards, Dark Regards, which looks like kind of a gothy, metally, uh, supernatural kind of a punk music kind of a thing. So it looks like this is something else I might want to check out as well. If you like Plague House, you might like Dark Regards. So this is a good pickup here. Oni Press, Plague House #1. This is the B cover here with the ghosty lady on the front, and that's what's good. So thanks.
Very nice.
Bye. Very nice. Thank you very much.
I'm kind of interested in that baseball one, man. I passed on that one, and I kind of won it, but yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be. It's going to pan out because just a little bit was given in the beginning, like, oh, is this guy a vampire too? Or, you figure like, if you're a vampire, you got this superhuman strength and all this stuff. And if you're a fan of the game, you can probably just pick up the game. Maybe you played the game before you became a vampire. So much to be explored in that concept. So, hey, there's TN Comedy. What's up, Thomas? Good to see you, sir. And not near mint. Neither is Marcus. He's only an 8.0. Well, there you go.
Hey, what up, Rob? Good to see you, homie.
Hey, good to see you folks. Checking in. I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, I apologize. All right, so let's get on to the next thing, which is the preview of next week's
The main event.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, share screen. All right. New comics this week.
It does feel like less comics are coming out every week since the Diamond thing, right? You can visibly see it on League of Comic Geeks.
I can 100% see it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's related. It's just
I'm assuming it is. Yeah, I assume it is.
Be. Yes, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. Vampire baseball player. Yep. So I and this is another week of not that much to choose from. And when there's not that much to choose from, that's a visit from our favorite guy. And here he is coming around the bend right now. Yeah, man, I can't. The Slim Pickens week, and I can't. I would be surprised if you two start to step on my nuts about the Slim Pickens video at some point. So who knows what
man is keeping them down.
Keep them down. The man keep us down 100%. What's up, Phil? I miss you, brother. I didn't mean to. Front row seats. Let's be in the front row, as the late great Bob Uecker would say. And thank you, Roscoe. I appreciate you. Hit that doggone like button for this obscure stream. That car washes music was sounding so good, man. I was into it, like, you're
Whoa,
off there.
whoa,
You can
whoa.
go,
Yeah.
man. That's such a jam. It's one of my favorite cult. Talking about cult movies. That's why the question is there. You know, what's one of your favorite cult movies? Car Wash is so underrated, but apparently that soundtrack is still making money because somebody wants some of it. It's a
No,
jam.
it is.
Oh yeah, whatever entity owns that song, like, oh, shut that shit down. Shut that shit down yesterday, right now. Oh, what's this one here? Whoa. Ooh. I think that's one of the covers I may have. You talking about the one that came out today? Man, that was one of the ones I had ordered through T-Fall. Oh, Skypoint T-Fall. I'd ordered through T-Fall and it would have come out today, but didn't get it. Didn't
What
get
was
it.
the name of the vampire baseball comic again? I'm
The
already
name of that
forgetting.
vampire baseball comic was Pastime. It's from actually from Mad Cave Studios. Pastime. This is the B cover here. Pastime as a national pastime. So yeah, I think it's worth checking out. All right, so good. Here's another question, Phil Art. Thank you. What when y'all buy comics, do y'all always start with the issue number one? I like to do that, unless it's
Yes.
like some long running series that's been around for like number 300. You can't start for number one from that. But if it's just like a long running series, I'll just jump on a good jumping on point. But usually I look for number ones to jump on. That's my thing. I love number ones.
I think Action Comics is the only book that I jumped on where I wasn't a number one kind of thing.
Action one. Yeah, well, that was like what 1937 though. 1937.
Yeah, I jumped on Action Comics. Obviously, I didn't jump in at number one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, something like that you can't jump in. But new stuff, yeah, I like to jump in at number one. I like to if I don't, I'll just either get a trade and catch up or something like that. So I like to know what's going on in it.
A
I'm still,
writer can force me. Like I picked up the Batman Volume 3 because of Tynan, and I picked up at 86. So I guess I will do it if I like the writer.
hmm yes, Johnny boys. Number ones are like a fine wine to me, or a nice line at a bachelor party. Gotta have. Well, definitely the fine wine for sure. Um, all right, so man, it's like once again, like I said, slim pickings for indie stuff. Like Batman, okay, Hush, is continuing. I'm not reading that anymore. Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, number 7. I'll be getting that, and I'll be getting Absolute Martian Manhunter, number 2. So a lot of these in the top 4 here, I'll be picking up 2 out of 4. Uh, Perry White wins again, apparently. And a lot of stuff. It's just mainstream stuff for next week. Looks like X-Men, Justice League, Ultimate Black Panther. It's kind of an offshoot of the mainstream, but still Ultimate Universe. It's better than the number 15. It's good to see that's still going too. And man, just to take a real quick look at this amazing Spider-Man cover gallery here for number 2. Number 2 is out already. Number 1 just came out last week. Am I wrong? It just came out last week. So they're back on
Yeah,
that.
I feel like it did. Yeah.
And so they're back on that every other week shit, which is one of the main reasons I stopped, pulling Spider-Man way, way back in the day. You're not going to shove, another couple of issues down my throat every month. And somebody was remarking in the comments that this looks just like the cover for the number 1. So they only had a couple of weeks to get it out. So it's kind of like, just banging them out, man. It's like widgets. That's how Marvel thinks. Um, who was the one I was going to look at? Oh, here's one here. Pablo Villalobos. Villalobos with the black cat getting framed. She always does. Poor gal. Spider-Man's girl on the side. Joseph Michael Lisner is doing Spider-Man covers now. That's pretty cool. This is a 217 exclusive, though. He has a definite style that he draws his women in, which is, his many people do.
Mhm.
Many people do. But I can tell his artwork pretty easily. Ivan Talavera, so the 616 universe, Spider Gwen, and there's another one with Spider Gwen that looks kind of cool from the connecting version variant too. So I will not be buying this book. This may have the first appearance. I know the first cover appearance and a cameo in the back of the story written by John Romita Jr. was of Hellgate. This character Hellgate. I got 3 copies of that. Well, 2 or 3 copies of that coming from my comic shop. It's a pretty cool cover by what's the artist? Cafu. I think Cafu was the name of the artist who did that cover. So I bought that just on the strength of that cover alone. And if Hellgate ever becomes a thing, like, well, those are just a
You're
nice,
ready to go.
ready to go. All right, so enough of this about that. Green. Ooh, moving around. Regular Flash, regular Green Arrow, regular Green Lantern. All the old mainstays are here. It's like everything's at the top. There's no good indies almost anywhere in the top like 10, which is usually the case, I guess. But I'm just being picky. But here we go. Power Fantasy and Bug Wars.
Bug Wars.
Bug Wars. Those crazy Bug Wars. Quick look at Power Fantasy. Oh, Bug Wars, I should say first. This is the title that we think, both of us think, probably has legs as far as with the masses. I think this could be a kind of a low key hit. You agree?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the concept of this and Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asar's artwork, good combination for this book. A lot of things that will go well, and actually it is a pretty good concept. I like. I mean, I think, and I do like it as well. A lot of this money, dude. Okay, not a whole lot of comments yet, but keep your eye on Bug Wars. Bug Wars could be a thing from Jason Aaron. Oh, so Power Fantasy. Well, I don't think is anyone reading Power Fantasy in this chat. Well, yeah, the TN was reading Bug Wars. Yeah, I mean it is fun. It is. It is. I can some things I can just picture as a video project. So some kind of a series or something like that as a movie. I could definitely picture that as such. Um, Same with the Power Fantasy. The Power Fantasy is a very cerebral book, and it's a superhero book without capes, which is very cool. Not a lot of covers though. The covers are pretty bland like this, so it's not worth looking at for the covers. But if you want to read a good book, the Power Fantasy #8 already is coming out, is worth it. Here's one: Assorted Crisis Events #2. Assorted Crisis Events is an ongoing series of one shots. We had it a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it. It may have been the penultimate book.
It was.
Good
And you
memory.
reviewed it too, didn't you? I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
think I did. Yeah, it was on What's Good. So it's yeah. And what stalks the blood-soaked kill floor? A dizzying, heartbreaking, hallucinogenic trip through the endless slaughterhouse. Witness a man's life cut up, ground down, and packaged for easy consumption. It's another complete, done-in-one tale of time and people breaking down. This message brought to you by Red Heifer. Red Heifer? Red Heifer Meat Solutions. Probably Heifer. Your satisfaction is our first priority. So maybe this guy is stuck in some kind of a meat killing floor on a meat factory, which sounds like a nightmare unto itself.
Yeah.
Down on this killing floor. All right. Yeah. A couple of this is who? Artem Trakhanov. Let's say. Okay. Very cool. All right. So that's that. There's another book that y'all should be reading. The Power Girl. I'm surprised the Power Girls reached #20 already. I just see there's a bunch of covers of Power Girl, and kind of like Poison Ivy. It might be good. Some people probably think it's good, but it just seems like one of those things that doesn't have a big following, but a loyal following, like a cult film, for instance. Let's say.
Nice callback there.
Thank you. Medieval Spawn, number one. This rings a bell as far as something that I wanted to maybe either pull. Yeah, Medieval Spawn. I think there's a cover in here. This cover here. This, I believe, is
That's not Martina, is it?
it is the Funky Cold Matina.
Wow, they brought Martina back.
Because he was like given the scarlet letter of having AI or something like that. And
Yeah.
well,
I'm kind of surprised by that.
well, I'm all about forgiveness, man. I mean, nobody's perfect.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just surprised by it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let's just we got to sing it ourselves, man. 'Cause if we play the music, man, they're gonna like pull the plug on everything. Talking about the car wash, yeah, man, that's such a jam. What is this? What's she saying here? At the moment, the man has your old 17-minute stream with the car wash song still playing. So why they pull the stream and left the music in? That's some ridiculous shit. Anyway, work and work. Keep those fancy machines humming. Work and work. Oh, I digress. All right, back to back to the medieval spawn thing. The Matina cover is dope as hell. I don't know how he made it. He probably used some modeling software, but still, that's skill. You know what I'm saying? That didn't just come out of his ass.
I can't do it. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. The delay is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. It's supposed to be now. This is the one I ordered here. I actually ordered the. That's why it's stuck in my mind. I ordered the B cover, which to me looks more complex. Did he draw this too? I want to say Todd. No. Todd drew the inks for both the cover and for this, but that's why I love this because this is all Todd's inks here. And Matina, I think, colored the cover, or maybe he inked the cover too, but this is one that's inked and drawn by Todd. This is the one that I picked up here for medieval spawn number one.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Back to the countdown. America's coast to coast. Casey Kasem.
All right. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. All right. Guess what's back? Minor Arcana. Minor Arcana. All right.
I want to know what the hell, and this is always the case in Jeff Lemire books. It's like, what is going on? Same thing in Phantom Road.
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening.
Oh God Almighty! I don't know, man. We got to stick around. Oh, TN has a question. You think the delay will result in? I don't know. Maybe it might.
I don't know if it affects it that way or not. Maybe though.
It might result in no prints. So some might not come out at all. So that's always a possibility. Yes, you should check that out, sir. That is a good book. Yeah, freaking tarot comic. Hey, it's got tarot in there, but it's not just about tarot. Kind of like Friday Night Lights. It's got football in there, but it's not just about football. You know what I'm saying? One of those deals here. What does my beloved say here? Well, you might not ever get rich. She just get it. What, you just dig up the lyrics? Even an Indian chief at the car wash. Yep, I know she knew those lyrics, man. Yeah, it's not near a minute. It's been a minute. It's been on hiatus. It does a lot of books take breaks, like this, and what else? SIKTC takes breaks. So I like that. I love that it take a break. You have a chance to catch your breath, maybe read some other books, rather than coming out twice a month, trying to like turn you upside down and shake all your goddamn money out of your pockets, like Marvel. So yeah, I like to have a hiatus once in a while. There's plenty of stuff to read out here. I go, oh, y'all got nothing to read. Got plenty of stuff to read, but they're just shoving them down our throats like there's no tomorrow. But that's another story. I digress. All right, minor arcana. And another thing, God damn it, Jeff Lemire and and the past proves to be a more comforting place as Teresa reflects on fond memories growing up with her grandfather. But Teresa has pressing issues to deal with in the present, most notably the surprise visit she paid to her ex, Alex. Feeling compelled to make amends, Teresa realizes she can no longer be avoidant. She's got so many. This is the girl in the on the cover here, and her mother is the tarot fortune teller, and Teresa realizing she's also inherited or she developed her own psychic abilities that are somewhat similar but different to her mother's, and she just really doesn't want it, and she can't get over her ex, moving on without her and all. It's a lot of drama going on as well as supernatural stuff.
Yeah, that visit to her ex's house in the middle of the night was pretty cringe.
Yeah, that's dude.
And she's married to a man, right? Like,
Married to a man. You're married to a man. What's that about? Like, that's about me moving on with my life. Why don't you do the same? Like, Jesus Christ. I've been getting these 1 in 10s. I've been collecting all of these if I can, and they've been pretty affordable. The Jeff Lemire ones. This is the Empress. They're all like based on tarot, and I figure, it'll be an ongoing. I'm just going to have like a complete deck of these covers, so to speak. So yeah, minor arcana is something that you should definitely look into if you're not already doing it. I hear Metamorpho is going to have some kind of a. Oh, I lost him. There he is. Metamorpho is going to be some kind of a not a live action, maybe a animated series. Did I imagine that in a dream? At some point, is that really going to happen?
I don't know anything about it.
Anybody? Chat? Anybody know anything about that? Yeah, I know, right? I could just tell people's fortune by by shelving the covers. Yeah. Oh, tell me. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to put a book out monthly, especially since he's doing. Yeah, no shit. Seriously, Jeff Lemire, and he's writing other stuff. He's writing also. Unless he's already got that in the can, he's writing Absolute Flash. Plenty to read. That's what I'm talking about. TM. Plenty. Man, look at all this shit I got to read over there. That's just over there. I'm not even talking about the stuff that's buried in my closet. Oh, I'm not sure if there's more than 52 in the tarot deck. There might be. I've never actually held a real tarot deck in my hands. I can't tell. There's that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I've been meaning to watch that series to see if it's worth watching. If I can watch it, it's not just made for kids, but I don't know if anybody's watched it with their kids or by themselves. If so, let me know. Rat City chugging along. I read the first couple, 2, 3 issues of that. It was nice. It's nice that it's a $2.99 book. I just don't. Spawn Universe. I love that it exists. I'm 100% behind it, but I just don't read all of it. It's just a lot of history there. Like the Book of
Yeah.
Nyx. Yeah, we were talking about the Book of Nyx last week. You know, I've read it a lot of it with over my head. Like, okay, I knew some of it, but I know the complete history of the Spawn universe. But for people that are into that been with that for a long time, then Spawn universe is where it's at. Affordable books, action filled, great art. Who could ask for more? See, I'm dyslexic. I go right to left. I should have been should have been Japanese or something. Lilith number 3. It's been a while since that come out. I know Willie Survivor was checking that out. Willie, shout out wherever you are, brother. You doing all right?
Hope you will. Yeah.
Hope so. Hornsby and Halo, one of the few from that universe I have not checked out at all. It's starting to expand, and a lot of good stuff in that universe, in that Ghost Machine universe. But some of it you might like, some of it really not for you. Same.
That's the thing is I'm sure that you'll like one of the books,
Mhm,
maybe.
absolutely. There's definitely something. Oh, Johnny Boy, you watched the first episode of Spider-Man. It was okay. That's what I've heard. That's why I bought that. I found a couple of number ones for cover price. They were very affordable. So I was thinking, okay, this might be something I want to hang on to. Just tuck it away. Might be a thing. Infinity Watch. Is it really like an Apple Watch? Is that kind of a thing? Like, what the hell is that about? I don't know. Captain Planet. Oh,
What
Captain
what is
Planet.
that about?
I know. What's the deal with the Infinity Watch? Was it tell time? Is it digital? Does it have a clock face on it? What's the deal? Captain Planet, number one with that Mark Spears cover. I can tell Mark Spears now at 100 paces. He definitely has a style that he uses the certain colors together to give that pop, that certain look to it. And it looks really great with the monsters. You know, and then sometimes it crosses over to other genre too. There's a Star Trek. Who's the captain on Star Trek? The brother. He was also a man called Hawk on on Spencer for
Benjamin
Hire.
Sisko.
Cisco, Captain
Captain
Cisco,
Benjamin Sisko.
Benjamin Cisco, a man called Hawk. That was all. I love that role. He played Hawk, man. I love Spencer for Hire. All right, Dust to Dust
I
number
remember
5.
that being on TV, but I never watched it. That was for grown folks.
I know, yeah, it was about the time you were a little kid, yeah. Yeah, Captain Power, how you get to Captain Power, you did that too? Well, that's awesome. Not a fan of the color. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Spencer for Hire, because I love, I used to read this. I don't read much literature, unfortunately. I read a lot of comic books. But one of the things I still do read occasionally is the Spencer books. It was the Spencer for Hire was based on the books about this Detective Spencer. And it was this whole series of them. And I used to read the Spencer books, and it was so true to the TV show was so true to the books. And in the books, he would talk about stuff like his food that he was making. He cooked as well. He was this badass dude. He was like a boxer and ex-military guy, ex-cop, but he was he cooked and he appreciated fine wine and everything. he was just like this Renaissance man, Spencer. And he would crack shit. He was just crack jokes to people, and if you didn't like it, you could kick your ass too. So I love the Spencer for Hire character, and that's why I love the TV show. Deep Space Nine for life, man. Oh man, it's still be. Hey, hey, cat. Hey, those comedians. I love me some comedians, man. Comedians make the world go around. Hey. All right. Mark Spears Monsters number 4. Dust to Dust also number 5. Dust to Dust is amazing. I've talked about that to no end on here about the Dust Bowl of I think it was 1930s or 40s when Oklahoma, when it was just all the world was all dried up and it would be like dust tornadoes and shit, which is just frightening beyond belief. Oh my God. Roadblock, American Roadblock got his own series, huh? G.I. Joe. All right, right on. So the GI universe is expanding. I don't know if it's going to be the same universe as the Transformers. What's that? The universe the Transformers and GI Joe share?
Inner John.
Thank you. The Inner John universe. It could be probably in the same universe. Black Hammer Spiral City. I'm getting that whether I like it or not. So I'm doomed to read all Black Hammer books, which is a great concept, a great franchise, but there's just so many of them. I haven't read the last Black Hammer series, man. See what I mean? There's so many things to read. I don't need to come out twice a month. Stop it. Stop it. Out of Alcatraz, number 2. That was better than expected. That was something that people they were really giving the author shit. And the author's name is Christopher Cantwell. In case you don't know. Oh, fucking Christopher Cantwell. I'm not buying that. But this was off to a good start, and it was very well told. So maybe he just had a bad run on that superhero book that everybody hated. But they should give this a chance because this is a Cantwell written and Tyler Crook drawn series about the guys that allegedly who did escape from Alcatraz, but they're supposing in this story that they survived, and and the shit that happened to them after that. Here's a Tyler Crook sketchbook variant. I love my design variants, and this is the one I would be looking for. 1 in 10. Yep, they make those variants 1 in 10s. Yeah, so I don't know how many issues it's going to be going. I guess it's 4 or 5, something like that. But the first issue was very good, well written. I got no problem with Cantwell's writing, at least on this project here. Okay. Moving on down the list. Shout out Roscoe. Those Not Afraid, number 4, probably the last one in that series. That's the one of the 2 serial killers having a contest to see who's gonna be number 1. It's kind of a sick contest to have, but hey, it makes for a 4-issue series with written by Kyle Starks, but covers by Garth Ennis. Is it Garth Ennis? No, not Garth. Who's the other guy that Glenn Fabry, excuse me. Glenn Fabry, who did the art for Preacher. He didn't write Preacher. That was that. All right. The Last Boy we talked about last week. How Peter Pan is being kind of a dick. Peter Pan is like, you know what? I can't get over this. I'm never gonna grow up and you can't make me. And I'm gonna like start some shit between the natives and Captain Hook's pirates and you can't stop me. So I gotta see how this turns out because he was such an asshole in that first issue. And that first issue, 1 in 25 is the one you guys talk about a lot on the Cash or Trash with JP.
Yeah. I don't get it, but yeah.
it's still there. It's still there. It ain't going no place, man. And last week's penultimate book was Moonshine Bigfoot. And maybe next week it'll make it out. I know how tough it is coming out with the endings. I don't give anybody any shade or any shit about coming out late because it's a tough world out there with this unstable market and all kind of shit going on outside of even comics. So if it comes out next week, great. If not, there's a penultimate episode out there. You can check out the trailer for Moonshine Bigfoot. All right then. Well, I tell you, things get we're gonna let out school pretty early today because Marcus not feeling well, and the man stepped on my nuts because of because of me playing some music they didn't like. So we're ready already for the penultimate book. So let's get that going. Oh, what happened there? It's a callback even. It is time for the penultimate book. And I tell you, the book this week has been chosen as the penultimate book. It's called Arcana Royale. Speaking of arcanas, this is a different kind of an arcana. And I tell you, I did not do a trailer for this one. They didn't have one. I didn't do one. I decided, you know what? If you don't think enough of your project or you don't have time to make it, that's not my problem. If you're not making a trailer for it, I'm just not going to go through all the trouble of making a trailer for you. And we can all just pretend that there's a trailer here. We just saw this trailer for this great thing here, okay? All right. And this is in a Slim Pickens week. This is not a bad pick, I think. From the creator of The Sixth Gun and Harrow County comes a new supernatural thriller that the Sandman meets Rounders. I don't remember Rounders though. It's not like a TV show that I didn't watch.
Rounders was the poker movie with Matt Damon and Edward Norton Jr. and what's his face was the terrible Russian accent. What's his name?
What is his face?
John Malkovich. Yeah, John Malkovich.
John Malkovich? Malkovich had a bad accent. Oh, it's hard to believe.
He had a terrible. Yeah, he's famous for he's playing a Russian character, but his Russian accent doesn't make any sense.
Like
it's a fun movie though. I think real poker players hate that movie, but I liked that movie.
Sound like Boris Badenov, like Moose and Squirrel or something like that. What was he doing a really bad accent? I have to check it out now. They got my interest peaked.
Minor Arcana Royale. I see what you did there.
Hey, you see what I did there? Pretty clever, huh? All right. Hudson Tremaine is a streetwise gambler who has siphoned money from every high-stakes game in Vegas. She's made a name for herself, but she's also made more than a few enemies in the gambling underworld. When she is invited to play in the most underground card tournaments of all, the Arcanos Mysterios, she realizes the stakes are higher than she ever imagined possible. Imagine a clandestine poker tournament where magicians, demons, and demigods gamble using a set of mysterious tarot like cards. These games shape the fate of the world, of many worlds, for good or ill. This game has always been played in secret, hidden from the prying eyes of mortals, until now. Hudson has always been willing to bet on herself, but playing for the fate of all humanity is something she never anticipated. 099. And it's from our guy, Cullen
No
Bunn.
pressure.
No pressure. It's from Cullen Bunn and AC Zamudio and colorist Bill Crabtree, and Josh Reed is the letterer on here. So yeah, this is a Cullen Bunn joint. No, right? This book is the best trailer. So almost me. I know, right? Just imagine there was a trailer there. I know. I'm trying to see. That's what you get, you know. I mean, no good deed goes unpunished. All right, so this is something I would check out here. Arcana Royale, Casino Royale. It kind of reminds me of that too. So the Royale with cheese. And it goes on and on and on. So
we'll be here all night, folks.
I know. hey! Yes, we will. All right, so yeah, I mean this is intriguing. I love poker. You know, it's kind of like when I love baseball and vampires. You know, okay, yeah, I can see a supernatural game of poker going on. Yeah, you ever play poker in a casino?
Not a casino. I play a lot of poker, but I'm always scared in the casino for some reason.
Yeah, you scared to lose all your money.
Like, this is where the professionals must be.
The big boys show up. You never know who's like, you know, got deep pockets and good bluffers and you know all that other jazz. So yeah, I mean, I love playing. I learned to play like when I worked at this restaurant in Chicago. We used to like stay late on the Saturday nights and play poker for a quarter a raise. You know, that was good times. You know, be in there till like 6 o'clock in the morning, go home with a pocket full of quarters or no or empty pockets, whichever kind of night you had. You know, so that to me is good poker playing right there. You know, nobody is harmed. You know, you lose a little bit of money, you win a little bit of money. You know, that's good times. Good times there. Who's in the private chat here? Need to end this live. Oh, that was you.
Well, that was from before. Yeah.
Okay, that's back when all the chaos was going on, all that crazy stuff that was happening. All right, so that, folks, is your penultimate book for this evening. Thank you, and almost good night. All right, moving on down the list. Back here, back to the main thing here. We'll be hitting the titty books very soon, all the naked lady books and stuff like that. Got reprints of Absolute Wonder Woman and 5th printing going on. And you only go out when it gets dark. #1, you'll make it out one of these days. What else we got here? Rome Eternal. That's a great name though. Sixth printing of Absolute Batman #1. All right. It's been a great success then.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Blade Forger #2. You did a review of that, right? Yeah, you did a review of Blade Forger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coming on down here, Gotcha Man Ryu. Not really my cup of tea, the Gotcha Man thing. Some people like it. Last thing I want to take a look at here, and show me if you will, is Don't Run with Scissors. This is one also, Skypoint T-Fall. This is also one that I pre-ordered on T-Fall.
No,
So,
don't say it.
keep saying T-Fall. I know it's painful every time you say it. I know. But I'm gonna miss T-Fall, but now you're forcing me to buy less comic books. I'm not gonna buy anything from my local comic shops out here, my 2 LCSs or my comic shop online. mycomicshop.com. That's all I'm not buying anything from anywhere else. They don't got it.
It's absolutely a consequence for me is that I'm going to end up buying less comics, which is that a bad thing?
Not for us, for the industry, but not for us, not for our pockets. So yeah, I'm just okay. Well, it just takes away another option. But I'm sorry, P-Fall's gone, but it is what it is. All right, so this is Don't Run with Scissors. It is written by Francesca Perillo and Stefano Cartasilli. Colorist is Lorenzo Scarmilla. All right, in 1982, a tranquil town becomes the backdrop for a series of eerie and unsettling events. During a routine evening patrol, Sheriff DePiro encounters a chilling scene. A blood-soaked woman dashes toward him, screaming that her life is in danger. Horror stands at the gates of the city. Wow. There you go. That's all you need to know right there. And these covers are kind of cool and creepy. That's what kind of caught my attention. All by the same dude. All by Stefano Cartasilli. All of them are, like painfully. I mean, I love the stylized art, and I love the fact that scissors are involved with every one of them. And I think I ordered I ordered a couple of them, probably two of them at least. But now I gotta fight with everybody else at the racks as we these keen spots are hard to come by too. I mean, not everybody is carrying keen spots. Mark Spears' Monsters has been far and away the breakout book from Keen Spot. I mean, I've tried a few other ones. A couple have been okay. Some have been pretty bad. Oh yeah, they just forced me to. What was Spotty Money? You're right. That did. That totally did. I mean, hey, they still might make it. It still might happen, Phil. You never know. You never know. All right, so yes, Phil. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Yeah. By God, what's this guy's name? It just slips my mind right now. I used to love his stuff because it's so crazy looking. And Yonan Vasquez, I want to say, is this guy's name. Yonan Vasquez is Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. And he's also a guy that he wrote his I think his tag is one of his taglines is question sleep. He's one of the people that he hates to sleep. He's like, sleep is a waste of time. Like, dude, sleep is when you fucking rest your body and recharge for the next day.
Boo those people.
I know. You ready to go to sleep right now?
Yeah, dude. How dare they?
Yeah, me too, Phil. Me too. I totally love that. I love that style, man. All right, so man, in this abbreviated version of the Wednesday New Comic Book Day live stream show, man, how those times working on you, my friend? They're doing all right.
I'm feeling better. Shortest show that we've had in a very, very long time.
Shortest show ever, and including the actual shutdown. So yeah. Yeah. So thanks to everyone who stopped by on the first part and didn't make it back for this part, and those who came back. Thanks to those who are watching on the replay, man. And be sure to catch Marcus next week on JP's Cash or Trash on Monday, and then on Tuesday nights he's got his FOC and Chill, which is just legendary in itself. So, and then God willing, and the creek don't rise, be back here again in actually 7 days. Count them, folks. 7 days. We'll be back here again to do the same thing all over again. So I learned my lesson about playing music on the intros, and you'll never get a chance to do that to me again. I hope y'all that saw it enjoyed it, because that's never going to happen again, folks.
Mistakes were made.
I know, right? Heads will roll. Yes. So until next time, folks, peace and love. Peace and love. See you next week. Good night.
City by the Bay. John Denver.
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.